Cody Rhodes is not a black man, and he never will be. But he was screwed out of a world title by the powers that be and is now being told to wait his turn. Sounds like a nigga to me.
Hold up. It's a black-owned business in the wrestling business? Pro wrestling, bitch, let's go!
WWE went out with a whimper as an otherwise fantastic WrestleMania weekend ended in Cody Rhodes' demise. Cody Rhodes is too talented to let this be the end of him in WWE, and no, I don't think he's the modern day Lex Luger. And just like I said when Sami Zayn lost to Roman Reigns, I'm gonna keep that same energy and say I trust WWE's storytelling under Triple H, and I will let this play out, even if Mustache Vince is hovering around after WWE sold to Endeavor. More on that next video. But Cody Rhodes was the perfect person in the perfect situation with a sold-out stadium of fans ready to see him finish his story. But instead of paying it off at WrestleMania, where stories go to end, WWE decided to extend the story and write the Snyder Cut. Cody Rhodes is not a black man and will never truly know what it's like to live through the black experience. But you'd think he was, given how WWE did him in this main event. Shit, a white man from the Atlanta region with a neck tattoo and a black wife? Close enough. White people with neck tattoos are treated like black people in this country, where they're less likely to be hired and people cross the street when they see them. That red, white, and blue flag on Cody's neck might as well be red, black, and green, because Cody is basically the Pan-African nightmare at this point. Cody even stands beside a black woman, just like his daddy did when he was gang with Sapphire. Shouts to Dusty. Cody Rhodes has a lot of support within the black community, and by having the rug pulled out from under him in what was supposed to be his moment will only make us identify with him more. One night after Kevin and Sami got to finish their story against the Usos to the loudest pop I think I've ever heard, Triple H went on a press conference and said WWE stories never finish. They just keep going. Because when you're black in America and you're close to finishing your story, America just adds extra chapters. Triple H feels Roman Reigns is on a different level. And I guess people like Cody Rhodes just don't get to be world champion right now. Now, where have I heard that before? A lot of Roman Reigns truthers are now saying Cody Rhodes needs to wait his turn. Forget about the ratings Cody draws, or the record house show attendance, or the fact that he's WWE's first universally embraced top babyface in this position since 2005 John Cena. Rhodes was a hand-picked top star, and it actually worked for once. He's done things that no full-time star in WWE has done for years, but now he has to work twice as hard to get half as far. WWE balked at ending Roman Reigns' run to uphold its fake history, and because Cody hasn't waited long enough. It's only been a year, plus the 9 years he spent in WWE before that, so it's only been 10 years. The wait your turn rhetoric is a bullshit colonizer narrative used against qualified minorities and women to keep white people in power. Booker T had to wait 7 years. Big E had to wait 9 years. Kofi Kingston had to wait 12 years. Mark Henry had to wait 15 years. Bobby Lashley had to wait 16 years. But what's John Cena's catchphrase? My time is now. And he's right. John Cena won the WWE Championship within 3 years of his debut, before he even really knew how to wrestle. Because these white boys never have to wait their turn. All of a sudden, those unwritten rules don't apply. We all love Brock Lesnar, right? Brock Lesnar made his first WWE appearance in March of 2002. He won the fucking title in August, 5 months later. Then there was this other colonizer, a fairly popular athlete, who basically had Cody Rhodes' exact same origin story. He worked in WWF, left the territory, became undeniable, got himself over around the country, and was hired back by WWF. After just 1 month, he became WWF champion. That man's name was Hulk Hogan, and that seemed to work out just fine for WWF, didn't it? They didn't make him wait his turn and pay his dues because of some unwritten rules that the founding fathers came up with. He won the title right then and there because he was a draw and his time was now. And I know there will be comments about Hulk Hogan being a racist, and that's all well and good, but please keep that same energy for the legit racists within the wrestling community. It's easy easy to send a virtue signaling tweet about Hulk Hogan knowing he won't respond and knowing you don't have to answer for it. But there are legitimate racists in the wrestling media who have been caught on camera screaming racial slurs, and I don't hear nearly enough about that from these brave members of the wrestling community who love calling out Hulk Hogan. Tony Khan banned Hulk Hogan from AEW, but then allowed our racist cousin Jerry to attend his fake media scrubs because Tony only takes action against the racists who don't openly support his product. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If Hulk Hogan, or anybody for that matter, had a pro AEW blog called the Ku Klux Klans, he might get credentialed. Today's sponsor doesn't test for bigotry, but they do test for a whole lot more, so be proactive about your health with today's sponsor, Let's Get Checked. Today's pro wrestling bit is sponsored by Let's Get Checked. This is a great company that offers discreet, affordable, and professional access to at-home testing. Let's Get Checked will empower you to live a happier and healthy life by taking control of your health with easy-to-use testing kits from the comfort of your own home. Let's Get Checked offers a variety of testing to ensure that you are literally living your best life. They've got male hormone tests, female fertility test, STD test, COVID test, diabetes, and that's just a short list. Over 30 at-home tests are available today. Once you receive a testing kit, just use the easy-to-follow instructions to collect your own sample and mail it back to the lab. Each sample is anonymously analyzed in a certified lab by a team of medical professionals. All results are delivered directly to the user and discussed between the user and the nurse. Results are private and the user can even view them online. Let's Get Checked has administered over 3 million tests. So what are you waiting for? Keeping up to date with your health could literally be a life or death decision. Right now, you can go to our sponsor, trylgc.com/pro-wrestling-bits and use the code WRESTLING25 for a 25% discount. Just click the link in the description. I need you all to be as happy and as healthy as possible because who else am I going to talk about wrestling with? Now back to the bit. The highlight of my entire WrestleMania weekend was attending a Black Women in Wrestling panel. Shouts to Mimi Shells, shouts to Andres Hale, shouts to Candice Cordelia who spoke on the panel and invited me. Big Swole was on the panel and she buried Tony Khan. It was great. But watching that panel made me realize how much we can help advance Black women in wrestling, who obviously have it tougher than anybody at every level in this business. It's one thing to call out the gatekeepers in wrestling media to give Black women opportunities, but this is America, so these women will probably just be told to wait their turn. But there were so many Black members of the wrestling media at that panel, particularly Black men, and it really warmed my heart because we've come a long way. So forget these gatekeepers. We can't wait around for them just to be told to wait our turn. I want every Black man in the wrestling business who sees this video to do me a favor. Think of one Black woman you with in the wrestling media. Over the next couple of months, support her content. Share her articles or videos. If you're a content creator, put her content in your content. Retweet her every week. Take a vested interest in her career and track her growth. It won't take much time at all, I promise. And don't tell anybody who you're thinking about either, because if we're all thinking about the same Black woman, guess why that is? It's because she's good and she's earned those thoughts, so don't give them away. You don't even have to reach out to this woman and tell her that you're gonna support her. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. If you see that her profile is growing and she's on her way, do this with another Black woman and another one, DJ Khaled. If the 40 or so members of the Black wrestling media from that mixer alone do that, this business will be flooded with so many Black queens you'd think it was playing the wobble at a wedding. I don't go to WWE and AEW press conferences because I find them to be a waste of my time. AEW doesn't want me there because they don't want that smoke. Plus, I'd never go because they're so fake and they're basically limited access pep rallies filled with weird male sycophants who want to be Tony Khan's friend more than they want to make him uncomfortable with tough questions. WWE press conferences are basically 45 minutes of filibustering before they field 3 questions and bounce. I want to go to a press conference where it's 40 Black women up in there. You know how entertaining that would be? What sounds like more fun to you? Dave Meltzer sputtering through 1 question for an hour, or 40 Black women in the press conference? Do you think Tony Khan has the balls to lie to 40 Black women to their face at the same damn time? He doesn't. He tried lying on Big Swole, and you see how that worked out for him. You think he has the stomach to do that times 40? He's not built for that. I always hear people bickering about journalism and what journalism means, and it's always based on their biased allegiance to some fake wrestling company. this is journalism. No, that's journalism. All I know is if Tony Khan had to answer to a room full of black women after every pay-per-view, he'd never tell another lie at a media scrum in his life. And if he did, they would call him out. Because nobody calls you out for lying to your face faster than a black woman. Like, nah, honey, that's cap. To me, that's journalism. If WWE or AEW had press conferences where 40 black women attended, fuck a credential, I would pay to go to that shit. And I wouldn't even ask any questions. I'd just sit in the back with popcorn like, oh, Tony just called on Mimi. Oh, Tony just called on Mimi Shells. You in trouble now. She about to cook him. Hang in there, Tony, you got this. I want every press conference to turn into a black movie theater. By the time 50 black women are in the press conference, Tony Khan would stop showing up. This can be done, not in a year, but now. Not by begging gatekeepers, but starting with us. I know I'm gonna be doing it, and you should too. Then we can have 40 black women in the press conference by WrestleMania 40. As for WrestleMania 39 and Cody Rhodes, he was done dirty, period. I'm not all that mad at WWE, just disappointed because this wasn't it. But Cody will be black. Cody will be back. And while he won't be the 5th black WWE champion, he'll be celebrated like one when he finally wins. And as WWE continues to write this never-ending story, let's do this one more time for the team. Let's go, Cody! Check out my reviews of every WrestleMania ever and subscribe to me and every black woman in wrestling you know. I'm serious. Did WWE make the right call with Cody and Roman? Tell me in the comments!